Yo, what's going on, guys? My name is Alex, and this is my top 10 small forwards going into the 2022-2023 season. Before I start this list, I do want to say that I am not projecting how good a player may be. This is simply based off players' production last season, and if a player was injured last season, I will be going based off the season before they got injured. With that out of the way, I do want to go over some honorable mentions, and I have two, and that includes Michael Porter Jr. and Lou Dort. For me, Michael Porter Jr.'s defensive problems are a big concern, especially when it comes to playoff time, so I feel like when he does come back this season, that's something that we do have to look out for. And then for Lou Dort, although he is a defensive juggernaut, there is a lack of offensive consistency, but he has improved, so going into the next season, he could also be bumped onto this list. With that out of the way, let's start with number 10, and at number 10, I have Mikal Bridges. Mikal is the runner-up for Defensive Player of the Year, and he is the definition of a glue guy. He takes the toughest defensive assignments, and although he isn't called upon to take over offensively, as he is the fourth option for the Suns, he is more than capable of putting the ball on the floor and either making the right pass, being an elite mid-range shooter where he shoots 50% on shots 10 to 16 feet. Bridges is also elite at cutting to the basket, and although his role will remain the same coming into next season, Bridges will continue to help the Suns be one of the best teams in the league. At number 9, I have OG Anunoby. After steady improvement every year, OG has been able to improve his offensive game, moving closer and closer away from just a 3-and-D guy and being able to create for himself, while also keeping up his defensive versatility. In his first 4 seasons, 58% of his 2-point attempts were assisted, while this last year, only 46% were assisted. Injuries are the only disappointment so far to OG's career, but if he can get over this injury hump, it will only make the Raptors better. At number 8, I have Andrew Wiggins. After some pretty disappointing seasons from Wiggins in the beginning of his career, he has literally changed his game in order to be where he is today. In Minnesota, Wiggins was an inefficient shot chucker while also not being the best defender. Now he has eliminated much of his ISO game to fit in with the Warriors system, which in turn boosted his efficiency and defensive ability. Wiggins was an instrumental piece in the Warriors winning it, as most of the time he was the Warriors' second most consistent player in the postseason. Wiggins changed a lot of people's opinions on him, including mine, and he deserves to be here at number 8. At number 7, I have Chris Middleton. Although Middleton saw a dip in his shooting splits compared to last season, he still was a big reason to the Bucks being finals contenders. However, an injury 2 games into the playoffs against the Bulls stopped the Bucks from reaching the finals once the Bucks faced the Celtics in the second round. In my opinion, even with Middleton not being as good as he was last season, his play would have helped the Bucks make it to the finals, and I think his offensive impact is what makes him so valuable to his team. I can't wait to see him come back and watch the Bucks get another chance at a finals appearance. At number 6, I have Brandon Ingram. This season, Ingram was able to step foot into the playoffs for the first time, and he not only impressed, but he showed what he could be capable of at his peak. In the playoffs, Ingram averaged 27 points, 6 rebounds, and 6 assists, with 47, 40, and 83 splits. Even with Zion coming back next season, I believe Ingram could get close to replicating this production. The Pelicans are going to be a team to watch out for next season, and that has to do with Brandon Ingram emerging as one of our best stars in the game. At number 5, I have DeMar DeRozan. After 2 pretty quiet seasons in San Antonio, DeRozan showed everyone how good of a scorer he really is. Although he's never been the most efficient, he by far had his best efficient season, where he scored about 28 points on 59% true shooting. Due to injuries to many Bulls players, DeMar was tasked with carrying the Bulls to the playoffs, and although he did, he dramatically digressed due to the suffocating Bucks defense, and again, injured key players like Lonzo Ball and Zach LaVine did have a part in DeMar DeRozan not performing as well. DeMar is only getting older, and I'm not sure how long he has left, but for his performance this season, 5 is a deserving spot. At number 4, I have Jayson Tatum. After an awful first half of the season where Tatum was by far the most inefficient, he and the Celtics turned it around after the RJ Barrett buzzer beater and became one of the best teams in the league. As the best player on the Celtics, Tatum has become one of the premier players in the league. However, he still has much to improve on, especially his shot selection. There are times, especially in the postseason, where he took difficult shots in bad times, but if he could figure that out, he would be able to move up on this list for sure. At number 3, I have Kevin Durant. Although his performance against the Boston Celtics was pathetic, I am not going to overreact and put him under Tatum just because he lost to his team. Durant has been one of the best players in the league for a decade, and he still is. His performance, however, does affect my perception of him throughout the entire league, but that's for a different ranking video. The Nets dealt with a lot of inconsistencies, and I feel like this is a big part to their downfall last season. With everyone coming back healthy, hopefully the Nets can focus and make it farther into the postseason, led by Kevin Durant. At number 2, I have Kawhi Leonard. I know Kawhi didn't play last season, but even with him coming back from an ACL injury, I think he'd be able to do what he did the season prior before he got injured. Kawhi is one of the best volume scorers in the league, and although he isn't elite defensively anymore, he is still very good. What makes him special in my eyes, though, is how he continues to perform in the playoffs. In the postseason before he tore his ACL, Kawhi was having one of the best postseasons of all time, averaging 30 points, 7 rebounds, 4 assists, with 2 steals on 57% from the field, 39% from 3, and 88% from the free throw line. It may take a while for Kawhi to get back into the swing of things, but I expect him to continue to perform like this in the postseason when he and a fully healthy Clippers squad play for the first time in a really long time. And at number 1, for the best small forwards, I have LeBron James. It's crazy to think that LeBron at this point of his career is still able to be one of the best small forwards in the league, but after averaging 30 points, 8 rebounds, 6 assists on 52% from the field, he is more than deserving to be here. The Lakers were absolute dumpster juice this season, with AD being in and out of the lineup, Westbrook not being a good fit, and just overall bad roster construction. It's hard to say how good the Lakers may be next season, but no matter what team LeBron is on, they always have a chance to do something great. Well, there's my top 10 small forwards right now. If you enjoyed, like the video and sub because I'll be posting more ranking videos soon. All my socials are in the link tree below, along with my podcast channel, so if you're interested in that, go check it out. Anyways, I'll see y'all later. Peace out.